to do so.
Paul Doran surely today must be rated as one of the best full-backs in the game. His aerial work today has been absolutely top class. And here he is kicking the ball towards the centre of the ground, where we see Graham Arthur in front. He must be paid the mark. Although Russell Blue tried to shark it away from him, Graham Arthur has the ball in the centre of the ground.
Hawthorn has swung another change. Coverdale is now playing at full forward. Mortis coming up to the half-forward position.
There's his kick, and Doran is in front this time. He knocks the ball away. Brophy quickly comes in to break this pack up, and he's umpiring, in my book, first class today, far better than he did last week, and he's right on top of every decision that has to be made. He bounces the ball. Ball knocked down by Woodley. Again, we see Doran going for it. A chance for Connolly. Bumped aside. Coming in strongly as Mackenzie gets a ball. Brushes his way past. Gets a kick down towards the centre of the ground, where we see Kenny Fraser get the ball. Knocks it down. A little bit of indecision between Fraser and Clark. But Fraser follows it up. Passes out towards Russell Blue. Russell Blue lets it go. Then plays on. Picks it up. Looks for a left kick down towards the half-forward line. David Parkin's getting underneath it, and he just couldn't quite mark it as the ball goes over the boundary line. 13 points of difference in favour of Essendon, and we've been playing for 10 minutes in the last quarter.
At quarter time, Hawthorn were 4 points up. At half-time, Essendon were 4 points up. At three-quarter time, the scores were level, and since three-quarter time, Hawthorn have not scored, while Essendon have added 13 points. The ball is in Russell Blue's arms at this moment. He is on the half-forward flank. He's on the good scoring side of the ground with this wind going over his right shoulder. He's on the scoreboard wing as he kicks for Essendon right into attack. Centres it out there towards Fraser. They're playing through him. Fraser won't let him down. Beautiful mark. Fraser proving too good for John MacArthur now. But full credit to MacArthur for an excellent first half, in which the going with Fraser, I'd say, was even, if not MacArthur just a shade in front. 10 minutes of play gone in the final quarter, with Ken Fraser a mark 45 yards from goal. He'll get the distance easily with this wing, and he knocks it right down the chute. And now Essendon are 19 points in front and going like the team that's on top of the VFL list.
Nothing looked like stopping the Dons now. They've really struck a purple patch. They're playing brilliant football, and I think their effort in the third quarter, when they scored well against the wind, they broke through that Hawthorn half-back line with Fraser and Davis playing very, very well, and those two players are playing excellently now, and the Dons are going further ahead. 19 points the difference. The ball slow in coming back because it went out in the street almost. There's Fraser with MacArthur. MacArthur really has the job in front of him. A key defence position player for Hawthorn. He's got his hands certainly full with number 23. Essendon goal scorers, 3 to John Burt, 2 to Charlie Payne, and 1 each to Fraser, Timms and Sampson.
Umpire Brophy has the ball. He bounces it. Barry Davis, the replacement half-forward flanker for Essendon, is proving a star on the half-forward flank as well as half-back flank.
I agree with Ian Cleland here. This move of Davis on the half-forward flank has really been a winner for Essendon. He's been inspirational because he was the fellow that helped them in the last 2 quarters.
That goal, however, came from the fellow who kicked the last one. It was Fraser's handball to Davis that was instrumental in getting the goal for the Dons. They're streaking away now. They're 25 points up, and Hawthorn's defence seems to be dumbfounded. Another free kick to Essendon, and it's going to Captain Jack Clark, who has one of the most illustrious careers in Victorian League football history. They've put Coverdale centre-half back on Fraser now to try and stem the tide. Coverdale was at full forward. Before that, he was at centre-half forward, his regular position. Johnson's bundled out of the way. He was pushed a bit, and he's getting the free kick. Everything going with Essendon now. They are 68 to 43.
Just a while ago, Tony Charlton mentioned Jack Clark. Jack Clark is playing his 199th game for Essendon today.
There he is, Jack Clark. Now, Graham Johnson kicks the ball in towards the full-forward pocket. Hawthorn playing in front. Burt, he's kicked 3 goals. He was over the line. He thought he had the ball inside play, even though his body was across the line, but the boundary umpire has other ideas, and the umpire's word is gospel. Here's a throw-in now. It's Timms versus Cooper. Hawthorn seemed to be done to me. Picked by Rhett, kicked mid-air, socced through there in true soccer style by Burt, but it's picked up by Ian Law, who's been a very good player. A juggled mark here to Fordham. Play on, says the umpire. No, he's given the mark, and the ball has to come back. It will be Fordham's kick. The scoreboard, 9-14. Essendon, that is 68 points, to Hawthorn 6-7-43. And it's only in the closing stages of the third quarter and the early 15 minutes of this final quarter that Essendon have run away.
13 minutes into the last quarter. Essendon 4 goals, 1 in front. The ball is down their forward zone. Here we see picking up Rhett. He kicks it, but it's a wild kick, and it will go over the boundary line in the forward pocket for Essendon.
Well, they're running away now, the Dons. They're playing with much more poise, and as a good side plays, everything goes well for them.
There's a throw-in. Tim's high above the pack, gets it, but straight towards Peter Lyon. Lyon drives it towards the half-back flank. Shelton setting himself for it. Flies, but its ball is knocked away by Mort. Mackenzie has it, gets a foot to it up towards the centre of the ground. Capuano and Uren together. Uren knocks it away from Capuano. Backing him up now is Nolder being chased by Brown. Brown knocks the ball away from Nolder. Being shouldered aside, but Brown plays on again. Good defensive tactics by this youngster for Essendon, who could be another find. On the half-forward flank, Sampson and Cooper. Cooper hasn't been sided today. It's picked up by Burt. Burt kicks it down towards Fraser, hits his boots. Backing him up is Davis. Davis gets it, left puts it down towards the full forward position. Charlie Payne is there. The ball is knocked away, but Payne plays on, gets it, snaps for goal. This time he's missed.
Essendon are now at 26 points up. Hawthorn in this final quarter, kicking into the wind, have not as yet scored. At three-quarter time, they were 43 points. They are still at now. Essendon, in the meantime, have added 26 points. That is the margin between the sides. Phil Hay kicks off into the wind. It's a good punt kick, holding up nicely into the strong wind coming down the field. A mark is appealed for by Fraser, and he certainly gets it. Fraser has been a dominating factor in Essendon's terrific success in the last 30 minutes of this match, which takes in the last 10 minutes of the third quarter. Fraser's kick is centred for Payne and a big pack of players. Snapping it up as an Essendon player couldn't see who it was in front of the pack. John Burt. It's a goal. Burt's fourth goal.
Well, there we are. Hawthorn are nonplussed at the present time. I think the reason for this is that Essendon are moving the ball so quickly from the centre of the ground that they haven't any time to catch with the Essendon forwards.
What an incredible game this is. Level at three-quarter time. Now Essendon are a mile in front and look like doubling Hawthorn's score. Was anybody's game at three-quarter time. Hawthorn have the ball on the half-forward line, but not for long. Here's Alec Epps beating Ian Law for the ball. He left puts it onto the half-forward line towards Rhett, and Rhett takes the mark in front of McPherson. Hawthorn are going all right. They played beautiful football for three quarters. Now they seem to have gone to pieces in defence. It was the defence which was keeping them in the game for the three quarters. Essendon too, for that matter. Dixon's kick. It'll be marked by Essendon's Mackenzie.
Mackenzie has the ball, probably the best big man on the ground today. And as Mackenzie kicks it with a towering drop kick down towards the centre half-forward position, Davis is there. He's being paid the mark. Umpire says play on. Now he's going to give him a free kick for around the neck. It was bad luck for Olsen because he didn't think it was a mark and he played on but grabbed him around the neck. Now Davis has the ball at centre half-forward, and we know he's a brilliant kick. This will need to be a good kick to make the distance. He's 65 to 70 yards out. It's a drop kick. A towering drop kick, but the wind has got it, and it's over the line. It'll be 1 point to Essendon. 10 goals, 16, leading Hawthorn 6 goals, 7, and we have been playing for 17 minutes into the last quarter.
Well, Hawthorn at this stage have no counter for the Dons' tall players like Sampson, Fraser, particularly Fraser and Mackenzie. They're marking well.
Phil Hay kicks the ball off. That's a beautiful kick-off with a punt kick. That's as good as any that's been kicked into the wind today, and this fella Davis is with Fraser carrying all before him towards Clark. Parkin comes out and marks. I'm glad Clark didn't keep going. He would have been decapitated. The ball in the centre of the ground. Kicked off the ground by Ian Mortis, going out to the pocket. Here are two Hawthorn players on their own. Now MacArthur drops back and Shepherd's Brown. As he does, the other fellow will get his kick in, and he does. The ball towards Ian Law, who's dropped back into the centre, but he's outnumbered. It's 3 against 1 now. Essendon's way, and they must clear. Number 24 in the picture, Mackenzie, and this is Nolder, who has 3 goals, limping. Nolder has 3 goals for Hawthorn. The other goal scorers for them, Orbiston, Law and Dixon. Sampson goes up. Mackenzie waits behind. It comes out towards Blue Shelton, who might get the run of it. Ian Mort runs into trouble. Flicks it out here to teammate Orbiston. His kick is to Law. Ian Law has hold of it and is put down by Epps. The ball goes to Orbiston. Orbiston's left foot kick is in towards the goal area, but not close enough. It's out of bounds. 10-16 to 6-7. Essendon are in front 76 to 43. Hawthorn have not scored in this final quarter. Woodley over the back. Johnson tries to bring the ball into play but can't. In the early stages of this match, it was Hawthorn's pace which seemed to have the pacey Essendon on the defensive. For the first half of the match at least, it was a game of defence between both sides. They were excellent in defence, but in the last 10 minutes of the third quarter, there's a kick by Albiston, might be a goal. No, it's 1 point. In the last 10 minutes of the third quarter, Essendon came with a rattle. Somehow they found a chink in the... Tim's being spoken to by Jimmy Carstairs, former ruckman champion for the Essendon team. He is now their messenger. Found a chink in the Hawthorn defence, and since then they've kept operating on that secret.
It's the kick out by Doran, picked up by Clark. Clark looks for a lead from Burt. Burt turns and leads Parkin to mark it on his own. Parkin kicks it back towards the half-forward line. There's Epps and Ian Law, and coming up there backing now is Mackenzie. Mackenzie playing really good football, has one bounce. And well shepherded by Epps, gets a kick down towards the half-forward line where McPherson missed it, but Parkin backs him up. Parkin runs around Rhett and then kicks it a bad one out to the centre wing position, ripped out of bounds. We are at about the 19-minute or 20-minute mark in the last quarter, and Hawthorn just scored their first point for this quarter about 30 seconds ago. It's on the half-forward flank for Essendon, who are well in command of the game. The throw in, we see Woodley and Sampson. Woodley wins it, but it's going down towards Clark. Johnson is with him. Dixon trying to battle on. Clark is there again. He has the ball. He's brought to the ground. He's still got it. And Brophy says he will ball it up. Clark gets up and plays his 200th game of his career next week against Geelong. Umpire Brophy has the ball and bounces.
In they go, and it's knocked away by Fisher. Now it's Law. Ian Law has it for Hawthorn. Kicks the ball under the half-forward flank and Shell off the stand. Arthur can't mark. He's beaten by Mackenzie. The game's full of Max. There's Mackenzie. There's MacArthur. There's McFraser and McBurt. And that's the score at this stage. 20 minutes into the final quarter. Essendon bring to an end Hawthorn's great string of successes. Beautiful handball by Hawthorn's captain Arthur to Dixon. Dixon's kick into the full forward pocket. Bounces instead of out of bounds to the right for a 1-point score. And that is only the second point that Hawthorn have scored in this last quarter.
I'd say there'd be 9 minutes of play left, counting time on, and Essendon have a lead of 31 points.
Kick-off is by Doran. A long travelling punt kick towards Sampson, who couldn't mark. Woodley runs through on the outside of Connell, hoping for the hand pass, which eventually goes to Uren. Uren's kick is into the full forward pocket. Dixon tries to mark, so does Mackenzie. Mackenzie has it now. Shaw yells out at him behind to run and kick it. It goes out towards Blue, and it's out of bounds. Ken Timms, maybe, is coming up. Free kick to Woodley in the ruck. Timms going off as directly across the ground on the other side. The ball is delivered into the full forward pocket. MacArthur has a kick for the sticks. He's been switched from defence to attack. They put Coverdale on Fraser to try and stem the tremendous opportunities which he has been giving the Essendon attack. And now we find coming onto the field for Essendon Forsyth. He will replace Timms. Timms is not injured. He's done well today. And they're giving Forsyth a run.
Paul Doran, the Essendon fullback. About 7 minutes of play left in this match as Paul Doran kicks it out towards the centre of the ground. Forsyth is there and so is Sampson. Forsyth was underneath it. Playing on is Nelda, and coming through strongly is Brown. Oh, he's got a ton of pace, this boy. Anybody can outrun Colin Uren is not bad on the foot. And this Brown, this newcomer to the Essendon side, is trying to win a place in, and maybe if Davis does well in the half-forward flank. A big cheer as Kenny Timms comes off the ground. There's a knockout by Forsyth. On the centre wing position, it's out on the negative side of the ground, and Essendon, I'm sure, are quite content to leave it there. There's a throw in again. Fordham high above, knocks it down to Graham Arthur. Graham Arthur kicks up towards the half-forward line. David Alderson grabs the ball before he falls over, and it's a mark to Alderson on the half-forward flank. He turns, kicks it with his left foot up towards the full forward distance. Doran is there again. Oh, he's playing well today.
With Fraser and Davis in this last half, Doran ranks as a triumphant trio for Essendon. That's Woodley. Woodley from centre-half back, kick short. Fisher. Shaw is number 5. Nalder goes down as Brown gathers in and clears. It's out on the Crichton stand wing. Crichton stand bearing the name of former president for many years here, Councillor Wally Crichton.
"24 minutes of play gone in the last quarter as the ball is knocked down, picked up by Arthur, up towards David Shaw. David Shaw left puts it back towards the centre wing position. Lyon is there for Hawthorn, has the ball. Being told what to do by Coverdale. He handballs it back to Coverdale on the centre wing position. Coverdale left puts it out towards the scoring board there with Louis Sheldon. Flies and takes a beautiful mark in the half-back flank. This is a damaging effect to Hawthorn because they've been beaten by over 5 goals today, and that's going to have a big effect on their percentage. And if Geelong win well, Hawthorn could lose second position. We see Shelton kick the ball along the ground. It's picked up by Graham Arthur. He kicks it back towards the centre-half forward position, where we see David Shaw take a well-judged mark. David Shaw doing particularly well. We've started the time-on period. We've had a half a minute of time on, and Essendon lead by 30 points.
Barry Davis with the ball on the half-forward line. They're running riot here. A beautiful hand pass goes down to Sampson. Sampson looks for another hand pass, gives it to Davis. Davis has a shot for the sticks. It should be a goal to capitalise that excellent play, but it's not. And he shakes his head. Young Barry Davis has played a terrific hand in Essendon's great win today. This is the second occasion on which they have defeated Hawthorn this year. These sides met in the opening round. Essendon on that occasion, April 20, defeated Hawthorn 13-7 to 8-12. Essendon at the moment are 10-17 to Hawthorn's 6-10.
1 minute of time on gone. Phil Hay kicks it out towards the centre of the ground. Forsyth knocks it down towards Fraser. Chipping in was Lyon. He's going to receive a free kick. No, the umpire says he will ball it up. He was grabbed by the leg by Fraser, but obviously Ron Brophy didn't see it. He bounces the ball. Woodley knocks it down towards Ian Law. Ian Law kicks it up towards the centre-half forward position. Dixon is there, but it's Alec Epps. Alec Epps marks the ball on the centre of the ground. Another good player for Essendon as Alec Epps. They've got plenty of good players, whereas the Hawthorn good players who were there before half-time have faded right out of the game. There's a tremendous kick by Alec Epps. Coverdale flies, so does Woodley. The ball is on the ground, coming through strongly as Clark. He's running into trouble. Arthur, the two captains fighting for Arthur and Clark, and the ball is won by Arthur. Arthur gets the ball, drives it up towards the forward pocket. Leading out is MacArthur. MacArthur couldn't hold the mark, and David Shaw and Doran combining well together, and Doran gets the ball and clears it out to the centre wing position, and it has gone over the boundary line and out of bounds. 10 goals 17 Essendon, 6 goals 10. The scoreboard tells the story. They were level at three-quarter time. Jack Clark's arm has been hurt, and Kenny Fraser tells him that why should he stay on? The game is won anyway. And there's Burt. Burt has the ball. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Fraser and Davis was there, coming through strongly as Parkin. Johnson is battling on. He's been tackled by Coverdale. He's going to receive the free kick for holding the ball, and the free kick will go to Coverdale. Coverdale is on the centre wing. Plays on and left puts it up towards the half-forward flank. Shelton sets himself. Nobody could mark it. The ball is on the ground. There's a chance now for Woodley. He's brushed aside. Coming through strongly as David Shaw gets the ball down towards Fraser, and Fraser takes it and plays on, and the ball is grabbed by Coverdale, and coming in strongly as Cam McPherson. He's going to receive a free kick. He wasn't in possession of the ball, and umpire Brophy gives a free kick to McPherson on the half-back flank.
This is the first defeat that Hawthorn have had since the opening 2 matches, which they lost to Essendon and Melbourne respectively. It's been a terrific string of successes from then, with a draw on June the 1st with the Geelong team. They've had 8 wins and 2 losses, but this is their 3rd loss today. Essendon now 10 wins and 2 losses. Clark is brought down with the ball. Olsen clears across the back line. A decision for a round the neck is given by umpire Brophy on this spot. And it seems as though it's going against Hawthorn, because Coverdale and Peter Lyon seem anything but pleased about it. Jack Clark is to get the free kick, and let's see what he does with it. As yet, Clark in today's game has not scored a goal for Essendon, but he certainly has a chance from here. He's 50 yards out. The wind makes it only worth 30 yards. It's a lovely drop kick. Couldn't have been straighter. Essendon 11-17. 83 points. Hawthorn 6-10-46.
And this debacle in this last quarter, remember these two sides were level on 43 points each at three-quarter time. And this debacle for Hawthorn could cost them their double place.
Bounce. Dixon going up. Mackenzie too. Mackenzie knocks it forward at the second try. Sharked by Lyon, the centre man for Hawthorn. He's kicked to the half-forward line. Mort in front of the pack. Snaps it in there into the open spaces, but Doran's all on his own. He gets it just inside the line, has to prop quickly. The boundary umpire from miles behind says that it was out of bounds. He must have had some bifocals.
Well, of the 64 encounters that these two have had over the years, Essendon have won 49, and today I'll make it the 50th.
6 goals, 4 in the last quarter to Essendon, 4 points, 3 points to Hawthorn.
Sampson against Cooper. Sampson outreaches. Then it's Fordham's turn, and he knocks it across the line. The game so close for three quarters has fizzled out now into to nothingness as Sampson knocks it to Burt. Burt gets rid of it in a hurry, hopes for a holding the man decision, but it's not. It goes to Shaw. Shaw kicks upfield. And there'll be another throw-in. Goal scorers for Hawthorn, 3 to Nalder, 1 each to Fisher, to Albiston, Law and Dixon.
Time is running out. Only about a minute or 2 minutes of play left, and it couldn't be any more as Burt gets the ball. He's in the centre of the ground, kicks it off the ground. Fisher is there, intercepts, trips in. Oh, he's going to receive it. And then he plays on. Fisher gets the ball, kicks up towards the full forward position. He's looking for MacArthur, but it's Paul Doran. And the umpire Brophy's calling for it, and he's telling it was a free kick for over the shoulder. Who it is to? It must be to MacArthur because Doran had the ball. Doran might be hurt. Doran could be hurt. He's on the ground. And Alec Eplis is very agitated. He wants somebody to come on and help him. I hope it's not his leg gone again. He's played a great game today for Essendon. The free kick in the meantime is going to go to MacArthur. He is directly in front. Gets the okay to play on. He kicks it, and it's right through the middle for Hawthorn's one and only goal for this quarter. They are 7-10, trailing Essendon 11-17.
Evidently he was winded when he fell back.
Umpire Brophy has the ball back in the centre of the ground. He bounces it. Mackenzie goes for it against Cooper. Mackenzie wins it straight to Burt. Burt kicks it up in the air. Doesn't travel any distance. Umpire says play on. Knocked away by Fraser. Coming in quickly is Park, and he gets the ball. Turns, kicks it towards the centre wing position. Fisher and Burt. Burt behind. Flies over, and Clark comes in to help him. Kicks it leftward out towards Rhett. Rhett and McPherson's over the boundary line and out of bounds.
We've had 7 minutes of time on now. We've been playing 32 minutes in this final quarter. Doran seems gradually to be getting okay as the ball comes to Sampson. He sort of backhanded it somehow, and the ball is onto the centre wing again. Fordham goes through and knocks it with a hand onto the half-forward line. Uren then misses the run of the ball, but makes up for it, then loses it, but only to his teammate Albiston. The ball towards Shelton. Shelton can't mark. He's had an off day. Taken by Epis. Can't get away from Mort, who puts the ball on his chest, and the ump must bounce it. He's bouncing it just across the centre wing on the stand side from the centre circle. Cooper's left-hand tap down finds Albiston. His kick is onto the half-forward line, gives it to Connell, gives it to Nalder. Nalder's kick is into the full-forward zone. Out comes MacArthur. He kicked the goal a moment ago. A long time since he has kicked the goal for Hawthorn. He has a chance for another, and he does pop it through for another, but I think the siren had sounded before. No, the score is to stand. No, it's not. The goal umpire pulled the flag out, but only to save it being souvenir. Well, a great boil over. Even Stephen at three-quarter time. Essendon run out winners by miles. 11-17 to 7-10.